The trouble started on a quiet Saturday morning in a peaceful Louisiana neighborhood where Senator John Kennedy had lived for years. His home wasn't flashy, but it was his sanctuary, a place of calm after the chaos of politics. He enjoyed the simple things, his garden, his porch, and the driveway where he parked his old but beloved truck. That was, until one woman, the type neighbors whispered about, the type who thrived on control, decided his driveway belonged to her whims. Her name was Linda, but everyone in the neighborhood knew her as the HOA Karen. She chaired the local homeowners association with an iron fist. She was the kind of woman who wrote angry letters about lawn heights, measured fence posts with a tape measure, and complained about Christmas lights being too festive. To her, power was everything, and she believed rules applied to everyone except her. At first, John thought little of it when he found her shiny SUV parked in his driveway one morning. He assumed it was a mistake, maybe a delivery mix-up. But when it happened again the following day, and then again the day after, he realized this wasn't an accident. Linda was using his driveway as her personal overflow parking, smugly convinced she could do whatever she wanted. John, never one to escalate conflict, tried the neighborly approach. He walked over to her house, knocked politely, and explained, "Ma'am, I'd appreciate it if you didn't block my driveway. I use it every day." Linda didn't smile. She didn't apologize. Instead, she folded her arms and said, "Well, Senator, maybe you should be more flexible. This neighborhood is run by the HOA, and as its chair, I think I have some authority here. Besides, your truck fits on the street just fine." John blinked, stunned by the arrogance. "That's not how it works. My driveway is my property. You can't just..." But she had already shut the door in his face. From that moment on, it was war, though John didn't want it to be. He tried patience. He tried diplomacy. He left polite notes under her windshield wipers. Each time, she ignored him. Sometimes she even smirked at him from her porch as he tried squeezing his truck into the narrow street. The final straw came one evening when John returned home from a long day in Washington, bone-tired, only to find her SUV sprawled across his driveway again. This time, his elderly neighbor Mrs. Dufresne, who relied on John to help her with groceries, had been waiting outside for him. She shook her head and said, "She's been parking there all afternoon, honey. She said it's her right." That was it. John Kennedy was a patient man, but he wasn't a pushover. He called the towing company. Within 20 minutes, Linda's SUV was hooked up and hauled away. The look on her face as she ran out screaming, "You can't do this," was something the entire block would never forget. John simply tipped his hat and said, "Ma'am, I reckon I just did. But if you thought she learned her lesson, you..."